Alright guys, we're gonna find this sucker. Yeah, that Brian guy, that Brian Laundrie. Well, I figured, hey man, they got a bounty on him for 200 grand from the dog. I guess I gotta go out here and find him myself. That's right, he's out there in the woods right behind my house. So I figured I'd show you how to get here if you want to ever come down here. I'm going northbound on Route 75, going into Sarasota County. I'm on mile marker 180. I'm coming up to exit 182, which is Sumter Boulevard. That's right, I'll show you how to get right in there to the little sucker. You can see the route, you can see how it looks. Follow you right into it. But yeah, I figured, hey man, someone do something like that to a little girl, they deserve to be caught, hung up by their toes. And what's really sad, if his mommy or daddy or his sister or anybody's been trying to help him and hide him, they need to be prosecuted to the fullest of the law of their self. That's my opinion. People like this, they don't deserve any mercy at all. You sure didn't give her no mercy when he killed her. I'm sorry, this is a daddy talking about a daughter. I'll tell you what, I sure wouldn't be sitting idle if it was my daughter. That's just heartbreaking to see that. I mean, the thing is, I've literally talked to these kids. I talked to both of them. I had a long conversation with her one day, right in the Publix parking lot at Sumter and Price. And that was about probably a year and a half maybe ago. They were talking about the van adventure and building it out. They were just asking advice questions about me and, you know, what it was like out there. And she seemed like she was struck on the ideal pretty thick and heavy. Him, you know, at that time he was really a pretty quiet guy. He didn't say a whole lot, at least in my conversation. I mean, he wasn't one, it seemed like he was the reserved style, you know. He didn't have a whole lot to say. I mean, he did talk, don't get me wrong, but he just was very quiet. She pretty much controlled the conversation, at least when they were around me. But anyway, we just got off Sumter, heading eastbound. It's actually north. Coming up to the road called Tropicana. I'm going to make a left here on Tropicana. Go down this little road here. Just across a little bridge, which is the waterway coming into Northport. This is where they get all their drinking city water. There's this little creek right here. This feeds the municipality. Alright, the very first road here, we're going to turn right. And this is Reisterstown. I don't know if the FBI and all of them are still out here or not. I didn't even come out this way when it all started. It's the first time I've been out this way since all this stuff's gone down. I just didn't want to get in the way. Actually, a lot of my videos were taped out here at this park. A lot of one recently where I was reminiscing about when I started the ministry. That one there, it was taped out here. It was right here in this park. So I mean, I come out here to this park quite often. Actually, this is one of my most favorite parks. Like I say, it's probably maybe about a quarter mile or so down. Not a long ways down here. No more than a half a mile, I don't think. But yeah, say a prayer for that family. That's just heartbreaking to see how that would just tear a family all to pieces. I could only imagine having to live with that kind of pain. And she was such a beautiful little girl. She really was. Just seemed to be full of life. It's just so sad to see people be treated that way. Alright, right here is where they were all at. This is the entrance to the park. And all over out here is where all the FBI was all sitting. The Carlton Reserve, that bridge is directly behind there. They've got this park shut down completely right now. So they've got the gate pulled across it. So it's completely shut off. Maya Creek Environmental Park. Maya Creek. Yeah, this is all been shut down for some reason. I guess it's all the crime scene. I don't know. There's one little red truck out here. But right there's the bridge that they were going across. Alright, Brian, come on out. I'm ready to take you in and get my 200 grand. Where the hell you at? Yeah, no. Guess he's not out here. He must have walked up to the Appalachian Trail up there where my hometown's from. Yeah. I think we even talked about that trail. He had mentioned something about that trail, and I told him, I said that ran right through my home place. But anyway, shows you just how small this world really is, you know. You don't even realize it, but who you might touch and who you're not. It's just so sad to see how the world can really beat you up. I mean, the thing is, you don't even really know what happened there, you know. He didn't seem like he was the type of boy that was totally whacked. You know, he really didn't. I mean, he was pretty mellow in my eyes. I mean, could she have possibly, you know, arguing with him or fighting with him and maybe swinging crazily out of control? I don't know. I hear she had bipolar. Did she? I don't know. I mean, I've seen that kind of disease. I know what these people do. And yeah, it can get pretty violent at times with them. Was he just defending himself and something happened? I don't know that neither. That's a theory. I think the world is, they didn't charge him, so in my eyes legally, he really is not in trouble at the moment. So he can go anywhere he wants to go. Now the credit card thing, I mean, they were a couple. They were using that together. It was like a joint account thing between the two. And you know how it is being, hooked up with your girlfriend or a spouse, long term. Some couples enjoy having joint stuff, and other couples like have separate things. But it could be either or. I mean, who's to say that he did it illegally or wrong? I think it's just a loophole that could most likely, in my eyes, be squashed right out with with a good lawyer. So I think that's why they really haven't been too eager to find him. Come on, it's the FBI, guys. You don't screw with these people. If they want you, they got you. No matter what, they know everything about you. They got tools at their expense and to their access that you don't even have no clue what it even is. I know for a fact, driving out here, there's 25 cameras out here in this rural area watching people. I've seen them all along the highways. I don't care where you're at. All the highways around here, all the main roads, every one of them's got cameras every quarter of a mile. It's crazy. You can't elude them, If you were a survivalist and trying to get away, I guarantee you one thing: you did just what he did. Walked out with a backpack with nothing but maybe a couple changes of clothes. Not one stitch of ID. Trust me, if you carry ID, they'll catch you. There's tracking devices in this stuff. I mean, all of it's covered with tracking devices. Everything's, electronic nowadays. So that's what you look at. But anyway, it's just the way it is. Pull it over here for a second. But anyway, I don't understand why the cops haven't found him, honestly. I mean, for John Walsh and this dog guy, I mean, all it is just making a name for them. They're movie stars. So they wanna re-energize their their niche and their name. That's where I feel a lot of it has really hit home. And both of them actually has a right to, don't get me wrong, dog. Okay, that was a ride. Mercy. Sorry about that. Yeah, dog. Anyway, dog. And then he had a daughter that died not too long ago. But I think it was from a car accident or something. I want to say a drunk driver, if I'm not mistaken, ran into her. Which really sucks, to lose a child. I don't think anybody should ever lose a child. It's just not meant to happen that way. And then the other one was John Walsh. Isn't that the one that had the little feller named Adam, his son, that was kidnapped and murdered and stuff way, way back? Man, when I was a young boy at that point. I was a younger man. But I don't even know if I was married at that time. Maybe I was. I'm not sure. But it's a long ways. When a parent loses a child, it usually changes their mind and changes their heart, and changes their whole world. I got a friend of mine from my church that lost 2 of his boys all the same day by drowning in a pool. And the man carried guilt for so long. I mean, this guy is torn up about it. Even 10, 15 years later, he's still just ripped apart. He literally has started a business that puts safety cages around pools. And that's what he does, is he walks around and he'll find cages of people that have young kids that don't have this stuff. He'll literally put it in for them. mean, it's amazing how people like that just, get convicted on that kind of stuff, and they do everything they can the rest of their life trying to stop it, from ever happening again to anybody else. And you or I both would do the same thing. We're both like that. So, Anyway, guys, I gotta go. I'm sitting illegally on the side of the highway. But I wanted to bring you out here just to sort of give you an idea of what was going on here in my neighborhood. He's probably over here in these woods. A lot of homeless camps back in there. But anyway, they say a quick prayer for all of them, everybody involved. And even say a prayer for Brian, Even though it's hard, it really is very hard to, to forgive someone for something like that. But we got to, because honestly, we don't know what his mindset was when it happened. We don't understand what truly took place. So it's easy for us to get upset and mad. Yes, they're upset. They're making him out to be some criminal, big major criminal, because he lawyered up. Anyone with a smart mind would instantly have a lawyer for something that they were in trouble for, or even thought about being in trouble for. You would do the same thing. So is it really wrong? I don't know. Is it morally wrong? Sure it is. I mean, he should have come out and at least made a statement. Hey, I lost my girlfriend or whatever. I don't know what happened. She walked away and never saw her again. So I didn't know what to do, so I just drove on home. Could have happened that way. You never know. Maybe they were having trouble. That's why he flew home in the first place. Would just take a break. Never know the story. At least right now we don't know the story. Not enough to truly understand the story. So you see all these people on the internet just making big hypes about it all, and really creating a lot of havoc, in their conspiracy theories and everything else. And it's actually pretty shameful, But they're getting clicks, likes, and views, so they're making money on it, But anyway, I figured I'd bring you out here and show you what's been going on. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Have a great Sunday.